where I made a mistake taking this thing apart, and I didn't know any better, was that I didn't have to take off this cover on the gearbox. And again, I didn't know what was wrong with this thing, so I wanted to inspect every aspect of it. Turns out that you can take the bar off without having to open this cover. And when I opened the cover, I turned it upside down and everything fell out. And unfortunately, it's not going to be the end of the world, but there's these two like reciprocating cam arms, I'm going to call them. And I got to just get them lined up to go onto the bar. There's one on the bottom and there's one on the top. So it's like a double-sided thing. So if I pull this gear out, see how there's one on the bottom there? It's just a matter of me getting this lined up properly and getting it back together. So I was trying to like think in my head, how do I do this? And just looking at this hole, it's offset, like when it goes upside down, it's be like something like this in that area. So I was trying to do it the day I took it apart, and I was actually having a hard time trying to get it to line up. So you can move it in and out, but you got to get it just in the right spot so that it pops in. And if it's not in the right spot, it ain't gonna work. So I'm gonna do this off camera, but you get the idea. Right, guys, so I got it. If I spin the clutch hub by hand now, you can see both sides of the bar are moving over here. One forwards and one backwards. Reminds me of like a connecting rod on a steam engine or something. It's kind of cool. So I'm gonna pack this full of grease, and I got a new gasket to put on the bottom here. So we'll do that and we'll call it a day. So here's the new gasket for the case, and this is an OEM part that I bought. And let's see, let's take that out. It's a really thin paper gasket. Put this down on here like so. And really sticks to that grease like it's glue. Make sure all the bolt holes are lined up. And let's see, there's 6 of these little bolts that go in there. So let's see. Probably gonna squeeze out a bunch of grease, I'm thinking. Just gonna kind of get all 6 started here before we tighten this bad boy down. Let's see. Make sure all the holes line up. Last one here. Yeah, they should be good. So we'll tighten these bad boys down. Let's see. Find the right hex key here. I think it's this one. Metric Specials. Cool. Not too much grease squeezing out, so that's cool. I don't know why they used hex keys, but whatever, it works. Luckily they're little screws, so they're not that hard to tighten. You're supposed to pack this with grease every X amount of hours, it says in the instruction booklet, which I downloaded from Echo. And so I'm glad that we took it apart. Gasket's like a $3 part, but I had to pay like $6 shipping to get a $3 part. You know how that is. Clutch was 20 bucks. And can't beat that. All right, let's see. I can't remember how the rest of this goes together, but I do know that this clutch goes in here. That's obvious. This actually goes this way. Oh, that locks right together, perfect. And then there's 3 bigger screws that screw the bar onto the bottom of the block. So that shouldn't be a big deal. Let's see. Get these bad boys started. That's all I really had to take off to remove the bar, was just these 3. Where's my hex key? Let's see, this is a bigger one. It's probably this one. Oh, these things are hard to get out. Let's see, is that the right one? Yeah, that's the right one, perfect. Okay. So, let's get these bad boys on here. I broke the kill wire when I took it apart, but that's only going to matter if I get it running, right? That's funny. And the 3rd one goes inside the handle in the back here. This isn't too bad, huh? Let's get these things tight. 2 and 3. Okay, now this is the broken kill wire I was talking about. Maybe I should actually address that now before I go any farther. It broke off of the grounding clip here. Maybe I can just take that screw right out of the block and reattach the wire before we put it back together. Let's see. Either that or I'll crimp a new end on there. I don't think I have any ends that are this small. This is a common problem with these Echo 2 cycles. Every one I've ever owned, I've broken the ground wire off at some point in its existence, you know? Let me see. Is it recrimpable? No. I think I gotta get a new, see if I got a little end like this, and we'll put that on. All right, I'm done with the grease, so let me take these gloves off because they're starting to annoy me. And we'll be back. All right, so I don't have any terminals that are a small enough gauge wire for this, so I'm gonna have to park it here, put it back together, and if for some reason we ever get it running, then I'll just ground it out or choke it or something to turn it off. So in the meantime, I'm not gonna let that hold up our progress here. Yeah, so pretty much I got two screws here that hold the handle on. Let me take these off. I tried to put all the screws where they belong because it's been a couple weeks since we took it apart the first time, and I didn't want to lose anything. So let me think about this. How does this thing go? This thing just goes in here like so. That's all. Throttle's working. Yeah, that's it. So I just got to put these 2 screws back through the handle. Yeah, look at that. Actually lined up, huh? Cool. And one of the washers is missing off of one of these, so I can tell that someone's been in here before. It's not going to be the end of the world if it's missing a washer, I'm sure. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. It has a nylon lock nut on it, so can't be that bad. I think it's an 8mm, yep. I'm just tighten these screws, and we should be ready to try to start it. The only problem is it's 9:30 at night, and I don't really think that it's appropriate for me to start this at 9:30 at night. That I don't think my neighbors would enjoy that too much. But I think that the carb is screwed up. So we'll come back to that when we try to start it, but I have a feeling that we're gonna have to clean the carburetor out or buy a rebuild or a $12 China carb. You can actually buy an OEM Walbro carb for like 35 bucks, which I would much rather do over the China carb. On 2 of my other Echoes, I bought brand new Walbro carbs, and I'd rather spend 35 bucks on a brand new carb than spend $12 or $15 or even more on a rebuild kit that never works right. So anyways, that's a wrap on putting it back together. Oh, I got to put the spark plug in. Where'd that go? Thought it was up there. Here it is. Let's put the sparky plug in. Let's see. Yep, that goes right here. Okay, put that on. I did buy a new air cleaner for it also. And let's see if we can take this off. Yeah. This is a weird air cleaner. It's like paper thin. And this one's wicked dirty. And let me go get the new one. I forgot to bring it over here. It's on the other side of the garage. Thing's all covered with grease on the handle. I'm taking it apart. This is an OEM air filter also, which is, they're so weird. It's just like this little thin piece of air filter. And see if we can rip this open and put it in. The spark plug looked good. I didn't see any reason to have to tweak the plug at all. Okay, yeah, that's it. So she's ready to roll. I may just give it a couple yanks in the garage here and see what happens, right? Got nothing to lose. If it pucks for a minute, it pucks for a minute. But it's in my own garage. I'll just get some of this crap out of the way. Let's see. That's choke, that's no choke, choke. We'll prime it up. I see the gas going through the fuel line, priming it. Let's see. That was close. Yeah, guys, it's working. I think we just gotta open up the needles a little bit and we'll probably be good to go. So yeah, that's a score.